Hello again, YouTube. This is Truth Man giving you the truth. And I need to talk to you about this very important thing. This one is entitled, Guys, Stay Away from These Kids in 2022-23. Now, you got to understand something about how the world has changed from the 80s and the 90s. This is what we call cancel culture. And in cancel culture, you had to be on point. Like, you had to be a little cold, like I tell y'all all the time. Like, don't be so helpful. Don't be so inviting to everyone. You got to be extremely cautious and tight booty, pause, in terms of how you deal with people. You got to be tight. So I'm going to read off, I wrote down 3 main things, but I'm going to elaborate on these and other reasons why you got to stay away from these kids in 2022. No stepdaddy, man. You can't do that, man. Too risky. Too risky. And we're going to get, like I told y'all, I like to connect the dots on my videos. Like, you'll see that, like, a lot of my videos are, like, connected. Like, so these are the 3 reasons. Number 1, too many issues. Number 2, poverty. Number 3, crazy mothers and relatives. Now, let me tell you about something that happened to me. Okay, so when I used to work at the detention center here in Tulsa, there was this kid that basically, he always looked for ways to disrespect staff, disrespect supervisors, and whoever else he could. Because I don't know how he was raised, but however he was raised, he wasn't raised right. Because they didn't teach him to be honest, walk by integrity. You know, they didn't teach him them things, clearly. So he always was being disrespectful, always trying to show off for the other kids. And even when he went to the boys' prison here in Wisconsin, he was doing the same thing, even worse, because they was coming down, going to court and things, and they were telling me about him. So this particular kid, every day, arguing with me, arguing with my partner. We had 2 people on most pods. Some pods had 3. So this kid was always arguing with us, trying to act like he was running us, so on and so forth. And you know, you run out of patience. You can't be too patient when you're dealing in corrections, whether it's juvenile or adult. You gotta have a certain level of fairness and patience, but you can't let people keep crossing the line on you. Otherwise, they're not gonna show you respect, and it can get very dangerous. So this particular guy, it came after a while. Every time it was time to lock in, he was refusing to lock in. And he was, basically, when the supervisors come, he was twisting his story up to them, right? But it didn't get that serious until one particular time. Like, he'll always call us all out our name and this, that, when everybody get there. Because he knows that once assistants come, they really don't like you to engage with the aggressive youth, so on and so forth. Like, anybody that works in corrections know what I'm talking about. So I told my partner, we'll just call him Mr. M. I said, next time he do that, we getting them first. We gonna put hands on him first in terms of escorting him to his room. So he did it again. He did it 3 days in a row. The 3rd day, I said, if he do it again, we gonna make sure we the ones that get to him first. Like, we gonna take him to his room ourselves, so he'll know that we don't need them and ain't nobody worried about you. So a lot of these people today, they always want to find a way to set you back. Like, when they don't like you, like, they don't know how not to like people without getting them in trouble and Some cases even trying to take their life. That's how people are today. That's anybody that was born in the 2000 era. Like the 2000, like from, I would say, even some that was born before that, but mainly the ones that was born after the year 2000. I don't know what they was doing to the water or what they was doing, but something went wrong. So we put hands on him. He trying to wrestle with us. So we take him into the wall as trained. Bang, threw him into the wall. Then he kind of tensed up. We took him to his room. We threw him in his room, but because of how he was, we weren't the most liked staff because we were more strict. We weren't trying to be their friends. So a lot of staff didn't like the way we did things, and a lot of the kids didn't like the way we did things. So guy is wrestling with us. We call for assistance just so it won't look like, sometimes it'll, keep it from looking like you picking on the guy. Because we got audio, but clearly they wasn't listening to it. Because if they were listening to the audio, they would have understood that this particular guy has a history of doing these things. He just got away with it before he came to yours truly. So we threw him in this room. He said, I want my pod switch, this, that, and the other. Of course, they always wanted their pod switch because I used to deal with them like they was young men, and I wasn't treating boys like girls. So, of course, the ones that were a little more effeminate and a little more, sensitive, they didn't want to be around me. I was too masculine for them. I'm talking about how I ain't worried about what nobody talking about. All that masculine bravado. You know how it be. Some of y'all do. So, come to find out, this dude tells them that we was hitting him in his balls and touching on him and this, that, and the other. Now, mind it, we right in the day room. Like with cameras everywhere. Then we went down. By the time we got down towards his room, yeah, we was handling him, but the kids from the other side could see over there in the room. And that goes to the point I'm making, and we're going to sum this up in a couple minutes. So the other staff that came over there, they also, was basically witnesses. But this dude was making us look like we was two pedophiles, fill in the blank, playing hangman. And I knew before that, I knew how people is, because I had another incident where all I was doing was trying to, make sure the kid was safe. Like, I'm injured. I'm at work, injured, Band-Aid all up, healing. I hear the doorbell. I come to the door. It's one of my wife's friends, their father's wife, her kid. So I'm like, man, if I leave her outside, what if something happened to her? I'm going to feel bad, and then people going to be looking at me. So I said, yeah, you can come in here and just wait for somebody to come get you, right? So she was in there watching TV. I'm downstairs mostly, but I'm coming up, checking on her, making sure she's sitting down watching TV. She just sitting there watching TV. Like, her mother comes over there, and her mother is like, just saying all this stuff. I'm thinking like, wait a minute. I'm trying to look out for you. I'm trying to look out for your kid. You want to accuse me of some garbage? You can't deal with these kids. You deal with these baby mamas, you break up with them, and now they accusing you of some garbage. Or you deal with these baby mamas, you be like, I ain't taking no garbage off of such and such. And now the kids, they want you out of the picture, so they start lying to you. They go to school lying on you. Listen, stay away from these kids, man. Stay away from these kids. If other people ain't around, stay away from these kids, because these kids be hallucinating and you don't know what they're going to say. Like, I don't know everything that dude said. All I know is all we did, we put hands on him and we showed him that he ain't running nothing. We wasn't touching his nuts and doing all this other stuff that he lied about, probably to get off our pod. or probably just trying to get us fired. Cancel culture, that's what they do. They try to get you fired, try to get you locked up. People don't know how to sever ties without going to the extreme no more. Like R. Kelly, I'm not advocating for R. Kelly, but that looks kind of suspect, that whole story. It does. And Bill Cosby, everybody know what go on with Hollywood parties, But this is how the world is now, so you got to be on point. You got to kind of give people their distance and know how to document everything that go on. Keep your text messages. Have cameras. Do whatever you got to do to keep these people from trying to cook you. So when you be around funny acting people, you don't know what's being said. Like, I'm the type of person, if somebody's slandering me and you not telling me, I ain't gonna deal with you no more, because you're dangerous too. Like, you knew the whole time people was saying this, saying that, and you never like addressed it. Like, people, you never know why people have a problem with you. Like, people will lie. Like even going back to the street days, people was accusing me of being a snitch because I was the one that was always getting away. How am I a snitch because you getting caught? So it's just a lot of little stuff that you gotta watch out for in today's world. Forget about them daycare. Don't open no daycares unless you got workers, security, all type of people around every second. Don't do no daycares. Don't let be careful you let your kids' friends come over your house. This is a different world. This how it is now, man. Hey, be careful when you let your kids go to other people's house. Because some stuff be true, but a lot of it be false. So you got to just kind of watch out for people nowadays. You meet somebody online on these dating sites. Me personally, I'll never use them. I'm not using no dating sites. But you got to be careful. If she give it up and you don't want to deal with her no more, you find out she a psychopath or something. Now I'm going to tell them you did this, you did that. Now your money, your whole life is put on hold to deal with situations. This false allegation. Like, and then you got to realize for every false allegation, there's somebody who believe it. So just don't deal with these kids. Like, if you work with kids, make sure. That's why we had the thing in Texas, they call it sole supervision. Like, and that was a good idea. Like, all the states should probably do something similar, where you was never around kids by yourself. It was always other kids and other adults around. So like when we took them to work, like we would have 2 staff and 1 kid, or 2 or 3 kids and 1 staff, which made it nearly impossible for them to lie. Now people be trying to remember stuff that never even happened. Yeah, he used to work at this school and that. Get out of here, man. Get out. If something really that damaging happened to you, you gonna know names, you gonna know this, that. That's why, we can solve all of this. Just stay away from people. Like, and when you deal with people, make sure you keeping track of everything. Don't, like, even at work in the break room, like, sometimes other people come, if you're not connected to them, just finish your lunch up and just leave. Unless it's other people, if it's only 1 person in there with you, and that's a female or something, just be polite. Hey, how you doing? Finish up your lunch. Just get the heck up out of there. Because these women be conjuring up garbage. Oh, he was trying to. But anyway, thanks for watching. We got more to come. Stay away from these kids, guys. And in general, be careful around people in general. Don't tell none of your personal business. Do not talk personal business with any of these people. Because when they start telling the story's going to become lies usually. Because they ain't going to remember. They're going to twist up what you say. So just kind of like get a little more quiet. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in for more videos.